Hi, sweet friend. Glad you're here. Today we're going to be setting up week 2 in my A5 Sterling Ink Common Planner. If you're new, hi, my name is Brittany, and on this channel we talk about all things planning, journaling, stationery, and the occasional slice of life. If that's something that you're interested in, make sure to hit that like button and also the subscribe button to get more content like this. All right, so let's dive right in. So this is my spread from last week, week 1 in the year 2025. Y'all, it is so exciting to be in the new planners. Like, I love my old planner. I love being able to feel like it's fluffiness from all the pages being used, but there is something just so amazing being in a new planner. It just feels like a brand new start. I am really, really excited for this new year. So yeah, this is how week 1 turned out. I love it. I love the stickers. Again, I am new to using sticker kits. That is not something I've ever used before in my planner, and I love it. I love the colors of this, and everything seemed to work really well. One thing I did really love is my weather being down here at the bottom, and then putting my all-day events up here at the top, or like holidays, things like that. The next time I do have a weekend sticker, I am going to move it to the bottom of the page because I did kind of want my morning up here a little bit. I know it's not too bad blocked, but yeah, that was something that I thought I might change. Habit tracking went really, really well. The only reason the Sunday devotional isn't checked off is because I am still finishing that up, but I totally plan to do that very shortly. So I will come back here and mark that off once that is done. But everything went really smoothly and I love it. So what I thought I would do is I have not used all the stickers from the Golden New Year kit from Helen's shop. So I thought I would try to use more of these stickers up. I did use a lot of the small boxes and one of the bigger boxes. So I dug around in my stash and I found these old Erin Condren stickers that I have. And I thought these yellow ones went really, really well with this kit. So you kind of have the darker yellow color and then there's like little bits of the lighter yellow. So I thought these might work really well for like different events and stuff. So I may scatter these in here. They are just a little wider than like the Hobonichi size or the Sterling Ink columns, but I will trim them down just a bit. Shouldn't be a problem, and I'm looking forward to using those. So I think that's what we're going to use for this week. As far as colors go, I think that I'm going to be using mainly these two Tombows. This is like a golden yellow and 991, which is the same color that I've used for this past week. And then I thought this time I might bring in this 992. Don't quote me on it, but I think this is sand. It's a little darker than the color that I used in my monthly spread. Let me see if I can turn over here real quick so you can see that. Yeah, I really don't have anything highlighted with it. But that is sand, so it's just a little bit darker tan color. And then I might use the platinum again for like the dots. I don't know, we'll just see. So enough talking, let's get to it. All right, so the first thing I think I'm gonna do is start with my sidebar, or at least put the sticker up here for the sidebar. I was trying to decide what of the decor boxes that I wanted to use, and I think I'm gonna use these two this week. This is our week where we're really back into our routine. My kids are starting back school, so they're leaving the house, or one of my children is. The other one is gonna be staying home with me. But my oldest is going to be going back to school. So I thought, well, let's do like leaving the house, going out. So we'll use that one there. But yes, this is the first week back to school. They actually go back to school on Tuesday. So I do want to mark that in there. And I may use this last small box right here. I'm going to use my Zebra Sarasa dry in the 0.4. Okay, and hang on 2 seconds. I think I'm going to go grab a pencil icon. I believe I have one of those in my removable sticker book. So hang on just 1 second. Okay, got it. All right, let's see. I think there was one. Yes, there was one on the monthly kit from January. There were actually two little pencil icons. So I'm going to put that here and just label school starts back. It always feels like the holidays aren't long enough. Though I'm filming this actually on Tuesday because Monday felt like another day of the weekend. So yeah, my son was actually pretty excited about school starting back. He was not like dreading it at all. So we'll see as he gets through school. He's decently young right now. We'll see if he starts to dread it as the years go on. But he seemed to enjoy the thought of going back today. So that makes this mom's heart happy. Okay, and then I think last week I used kind of like the brown. So I think this week, since it's kind of like more gray at the bottom, I think I'm going to use this polka dot yellow to do. So over here on the sidebar, I do like to put things that are important for me to get done this week, but not necessarily day specific. Oftentimes they are things that I am putting off that I just really like, just not getting done. So I'm going to make me a few dots over here. That way I can add some tasks in. Let's see, did I put a space? I did last week. Let's put another space again this week. Yeah, instead of using the clean color dot marker, I think I'm just going to do that and see how I like that. As a new marker, and it's hard to click it together. Okay, so let's see what I didn't get done last week. We did not finish the Amazon return, and the only reason we haven't done this yet is because we needed a box. So we got something from Amazon. We ended up finding it at a cheaper price somewhere else. So we were going to take it back, but my husband had done a trash run that morning. Before we realized that the box was in the like cardboard recycling stack. So he had already broken down the box and taken off the trash. And I'm like, hey, I need you to run to go do some returns. And UPS needs a box. So we've been hanging out on that one because we don't have a box big enough for the return. So we're waiting till we get a box that's big enough. So yeah, that was interesting because usually when you do Amazon returns, they always like just say, hey, just bring the item. You don't need a box or anything like that. But this time they needed a box. Let's see, how do we want to do this? I might use the sand color as my header for the habit tracker. Let's try that. All right, so I'm going to give myself a good bit of space. Let's see, where did I start last week? I think that was actually perfect. So we're going to put it at the same place. So there is a habit tracker on this kit. It's actually very similar to the color that I'm using, but there's 7 spots on the bottom, which would be like Monday through Sunday, and then it only has 5 going up on the side. So unless I like wanted to like cut, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so I would rather the Monday through Sunday going on the side and then my habits that I want to track on the bottom. So I'm just going to write this in. So how was week 1 for you guys? Start out strong. It's the new year. Lots of motivation. I know that's how I always am. But I will say it's hard to like really get in the groove until everyone like gets back in their routine. Because like I said, Monday was definitely like the start of the week, but with everybody being home, it really just felt like a 4-day weekend. It was hard to get stuff done around the house. Not that we didn't have a good time and not that I didn't want my kids to be home, but yeah, it just makes it a little bit more difficult to accomplish the goals that we're working on and just stay focused when you just honestly want to curl up on the couch, watch a movie, something like that. Just wanted to make it really special before my oldest son went off to school. My husband has gone back to work. I'm going to peek at my habits from last week. I'm going to change a couple of them. I said this in my week 1 plan with me. Some of these I think that I really don't need the reminder on my weekly spread. I mean, the whole point of me having a habit tracker here is for it to remind me to do these things. And some of them I'm going to do like no matter what. So yeah, I'm not too worried about some of these habits. So I'm going to switch them out for the habits that I'm not doing so well on so far. And we'll see. We'll see if it's just a, like maybe the start of the year and we're not in a routine yet, or see if these are going to be ones that I'm like struggling with, and see if we need to do some extra reminders. Brittany, get your habits done that you want to do each day. All right, one of the things that I want to do this week that I did not do so well on is reading personally. So I did have mom time down, which again is like my own moment. Did I have my own moment to myself? 10 or 15 minutes of the day did I have like spent just for me? I marked that down, and then I ended up using my journaling time as my mom time, and I really want to focus on reading more this year, so I'm actually going to put in read instead of just mom time. I also want to read with Paxton, my oldest son. He is learning to read, but I really just want to be more intentional about reading with him. Overall, I would say we did a good job on the quote-unquote homeschooling last week. I made like a plan down here at the bottom, and I'll do it again this week. But there was a couple of days where I was kind of like, did I do something? Did I not? So I wanted to put it on here, and that way I could track it there. Let's see. Let's put the 5-year journal. Again, if you didn't see one of my previous videos, I talked about how I am catching up on my 2023 entries into my 5-year journal. These are journal entries that are actually already recorded into my phone. I did them while I was pumping, when I was still breastfeeding my youngest son in 2023, but they're all on my phone, but I do want to get them recorded into my actual journal, my hardbound journal. So that is what that stands for. And then we'll do gratitude. Okay, so those are the habits that we're going to do for this week and see how those go. All right, now I am going to take my, ooh, man, we're going to have to squeeze that in there. All right, so for my homeschool, should have written my habits just a bit smaller. We'll make it work. So we've been doing circles this week. And we've been doing the color green. So I think that's what we're going to study this week. And then I think instead of picking just one letter of the alphabet, I may just like focus on like the whole alphabet with him. He can sort of sing it by himself, but not completely. So I think that may be what we work on, is just, and actually I could put like that as another dot. We could just do like, put ABCs. He loves music. He loves to sing. I'd like to just kind of get the whole alphabet down, and then we'll work on individual letters after that. Okay, so other things to do this week. Let me mark that I have migrated that forward. I do use the like bullet journal, I guess the key, for lack of a better word, or at least my own version of it. So if I have a task that's on this week that I need to move forward to the next week and that I've actually already migrated, I will put a straight line down. So I don't use the little arrow marking it forward or backward, but I do use the straight line down, which means I've already marked it somewhere else. So I can go ahead and make sure that that task is marked off, and I don't have to worry about coming back and looking at this page. So that is something that I'll usually do from moving from one week to another is I'll go back and see, do I have any more open tasks? And I will actually go and do that on my daily pages each day. So if I'm setting up for today, which is Tuesday the 7th, I'll look back at my daily spread from the 6th and say, do I have any open tasks from yesterday that I need to migrate today? Is there something I'm not going to do today, but I need to put on my weekly to-do list? So things like that. One thing I do need to do is I need to schedule my dermatology appointment. Okay, that worked out a little better. I had to white it out the first time because it was running into Monday. All right, let's see. And then what do we want to do from here? All right, I do want to notate the weather for Monday and Tuesday today so far. And actually, I do think I have my weather, let's see, in my health planner. I'll kind of show you. I do track my weather in my weekly spread for my health planner, so I'm just going to copy it over into here. I actually got that idea from, I think it's Little Coco Studio. I think she keeps her weather in her health planner, and I really like that idea because honestly, the weather can affect your mood so much. So I liked the idea of kind of keeping track of the weather, not only in my main planner where, you know, like I need to know how to dress for the day, but I also liked having it in my health planner so I can look back and say, hey, was I having a down day? What was going on? And I can also see, hey, was it raining that day? Was there any sunshine? Did I actually get outside in the sunshine? So yeah, I keep the weather in there. So it works out very convenient right now because I do not have the weather from yesterday otherwise. Okay. 22. Y'all, it is getting cold. Friday, they say that we could get snow. I don't know if we will or not, but it is going to be cold. Okay, so let's get planning yesterday. So we're going to do a little back planning for that. So yesterday, my husband was working from home. So I think I'm actually going to put that up here at the top. Let's just put that up there. Sorry, my marker made a funny noise. It was kind of nice to have him home yesterday with the two boys. I mean, he has to work, you know, while he's here, but at least it was nice to kind of have like another adult in the house. We did actually have Paxton's cousin over for a play date, so I'm going to mark that in. The last play date before school starts back. So we wanted to get them together one more time so that they could have some fun together before school started. We got here just before 8. And then their play date went to, we'll say 12:30. I guess it probably was about that time. I'll go in now and add our breakfast as well. Didn't get a very early start to the day. Y'all, it has been so hard getting back up again at a regular time after having the holidays and just getting to have lazy mornings. All right, so they had the play date, and the highlight of that play date was us making banana bread. So we don't do a lot of baking with our children. So I had some old bananas. When I say old, they just were too ripe to eat on a sandwich. So I was talking to my husband, and I was like, why don't we let the kids tomorrow, while his cousin's over, make banana bread? And so that is what we did, and they had a blast. We let them mash the bananas. We let them pour in like all the ingredients. They got to crack the eggs, and that was fun. They did a really good job. No eggshells in the cup before we poured it into the batter. So one of the consequences with working, I guess consequences is the right word, with working with kids that age is they think they know what they're doing. So my son was like, we were using like a KitchenAid mixer, you know. And my son was like, "Oh, Mom, let me turn it on." And we just added all the flour and everything like that. And I was like, "Okay, but just a two, you know, because first you have to kind of like stir it. And then once it gets incorporated, you can turn it up higher." Well, he flips the switch on the KitchenAid and he pushes it. And of course, you know, it's kind of hard to push. So he pushes it really hard and it goes all the way to 10. Like I have seen on movies of flour like going everywhere, but I am here to tell you that is exactly how it looks. Like we literally had like a Home Alone moment. Like there was flour all over my kitchen. The only saving grace is that actually he was thinking fast enough to turn it off just as quickly as he turned it on, so he was able to salvage the flour that was still left in the bowl. But it scared all of us because I've never had that happen. So it was really funny, but kudos to my oldest son for being able to like keep his head on and turn off the mixer to keep it from making even more of a mess. But that was super fun. So I mean, you know, obviously we had to clean up the kitchen, but it was a lot of fun. All right, and then my youngest son took a nap after their cousin went home from the play date, and then I did my yoga with Adrian. So I'm actually going to mark this a little differently this week. I think I'm just going to like draw in my own little checkbox. Number 6. So Adrian usually does like a month-long challenge for January. This time she's only actually doing like 7. Well, I think there's technically a bonus day, so maybe 8 days of a specific challenge, or as she calls them, yoga journey. But she still has calendars that she hand selects exercises for each day. So even though like the prana yoga journey will be ending on Wednesday the 8th, there will still be yoga to do for the rest of the month. So I'll probably, and that is my intention, is to continue doing her videos for the rest of the month at least, and maybe hopefully longer than that. So we did that. I also, let me mark in my cleaning tasks. Probably going to do this up here because I kind of just did them throughout the day while the kids were playing. And then do 2 little dots. I did clean up the kitchen, though I'm not going to list that on here. We did have to clean down all the countertops. It was so funny because there's like this just like glaze of like fine powder dust everywhere. It was pretty funny. So I cleaned out our pantry. If you know, you know. That was fun. But oh my gosh, it's actually like you can walk in there now, like on either side of our like doorway, there was like all the chip boxes and stuff like that that just needed to be pulled out of the cardboard and put on the shelf, and just kind of snacks and stuff like that we bought at Costco. So I did that, and I also vacuumed the main area. It feels so awesome. I'm writing it down and I'm checking it off already. All right, and then at 4 o'clock, I did a walk on my treadmill. This was awesome because that was my last day of the Nashville walking series, so I am done completely with that. And then, let's see, I guess it was probably about 5:30 before we ate dinner last night. We made chili and cornbread on Sunday night, and so that is what we actually had as leftovers, and I'll go in and add the dinners in a minute. I need to make sure to remember to do that before I get off the video. So let's see, after dinner, in addition to like doing the normal like bedtime routine and stuff like that, We also read my son's AR book. This will be his first AR test ever. I think AR stands for accelerated, I think AR stands for accelerated reading. But basically it's like where the school has certain books that you can take a test on and you get points. And then they obviously like get rewards for taking those tests. So I'm going to mark down that we read Paxton's AR book so that he would be ready to take his test today. And he gets to go to the library. Obviously didn't take up that much time, but we also played some video games and stuff like that before he went to bed. Again, he got Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and he's also enjoying this new Yoshi game that he got for Christmas. So we do some stuff like that too in addition. And then this evening, I did some editing and I did my voiceover and edit my week 1 plan with me. I got both of those 2 things done so that that could go up today. Actually, I went up at 9 o'clock this morning. All right, I'm going to fill in my habit tracker for yesterday. So I did do my devotional yesterday. I did do my Bible memory. I did read for the first time in like almost a week. I did read with Paxton because we did read his AR book. We did I do homeschooling yesterday? Actually, I don't think so. Let me go back and check my habit tracker up here. No, I did not do anything intentional for homeschooling yesterday, so we're going to leave that. Again, that is exactly why I've got this on my habit tracker. I just want to make sure that I'm intentional about doing it. All right, now let's go in and add in my dinner plans for the week. So I keep it pretty simple for dinners. I try to do things that are 30 minutes or less. Did anybody ever watch like Rachel Ray's 30-minute meals on Food Network? That's what I think of when I say that. But yeah, so I try to keep them around 30-minute prep and cook. I guess it doesn't matter as much anymore. For those of you who don't know, I am recently have changed to being a stay-at-home mom, but before this, I was used to having to work an 8 to 5 job. So I had to get meals on the table pretty quickly because I would get off at 5. I'd have to pick up my kids from daycare, and then I'd have to get them fed before my youngest son went down at 7. So I had basically a 2-hour window to do all of that and get baths and get ready for bed and do nighttime routines and stuff like that. So I am all for like ease, but still trying to get them some measure of nutrition. So that is definitely still in my mind. Don't like to keep dinner complicated. Oftentimes what we'll do is we'll do a meal and then the next day we'll do leftovers from it. I'll make enough for us to have that. And with the kids, I've got 2 kids. One is age 6 and the other is 2. So, they don't eat a ton yet. And some things my 6-year-old just refuses to eat with us. So he ends up with dinosaur chicken nuggies sometimes. Again, try not to stress about it too much. I get in the veggies and stuff where I can. He actually really loves fruit, so thankfully I don't have to worry about that. He's good about eating pears and peaches and oranges and watermelon and cantaloupe. And I don't even like cantaloupe, so he's doing better than I am on that. So last night we had chili and cornbread again, left over from Sunday. Tonight we're going to do slaw dogs. We're going to keep it pretty easy. I'm going to do tater tots. My kids love tater tots, and then we'll do some sliced oranges with that. Super easy. And then Wednesday, I'm just going to put leftovers in here. Wednesday is our church day, so it's kind of like just really whatever we can do to get out the door. Again, that whole, like, my husband doesn't get off till 5 or 5:30, and then we have to get to church by 6. So it's one of those things where he may do the slaw dogs. He may just kind of see what's in the fridge and make a sandwich, something like that. But I'm just going to put leftovers for that date. And then on Thursday, we're doing garlic chicken with veggies. Oops, almost spelled that wrong here. Let me wipe that out and try that again. Always keep whiteout handy. Some pens pick up whiteout and like kind of destroy the whiteout on the page. I will say I do not find that the Sarasa Dry does that at all. And then we'll do that again on Friday. All right, and then I'm going to leave Saturday blank just now. I don't know if we'll end up going out to eat. I don't really know like our schedule for the weekend yet, but I do have stuff on hand to make spaghetti and meatballs if we need to. And then Sunday night kind of starts our next meal plan cycle. So I don't ever plan out Sunday's meals with this week, just because it's been so long since I've done a grocery order that any kind of like fresh produce is kind of not so fresh now, because I always do my grocery order Saturday night for pickup on Sunday. So we're going to hang out on Sunday for now. Okay, so let's get back settled. And let me flip to my monthly spread and let's see what we've got going on this week otherwise. Oh, I did have to renew my library book. Let me put that on here because I definitely did that. So I don't know if y'all's libraries do this, but our library is great about allowing you to check out books from other libraries. So basically I can go onto their app and I can see if my library has the book. If they don't have the book, I can actually request it from any other library within our system. And so like basically anywhere across the state. And if it's anywhere there, they'll put a hold on it and they'll actually transport it up here so I can pick it up from our library. So it's really cool. I rarely ever buy a book unless it's something that I'm going to read like over and over again. Then I don't buy the book. I just request it from my library. So, but I did have to renew my library book because I have not been diligent in reading this week. I literally think I read on January 1st and again yesterday. So yeah, but I am committed to reading this book before I have to renew it again. At least that's the goal. All right, so I think that is yesterday, all back planned, and then now we'll start with today. So we did get an earlier start to our day today because school started back. It was so like bittersweet seeing my son off. Since I'm at home, my husband is dropping my son off at morning drop off, and I always did that, so it's kind of sad. I mean, I certainly could, like I could get my youngest son up and we could get in the car and drop him off, but my husband's already going to town, so it kind of feels like a little bit of a waste of gas for me to do that, but I may occasionally still take him because it was really hard. We did pack his book bag. Did a little bit of it last night, but you know, we got all the lunch and stuff like that. And that is my son waking up from his nap, so I'll have to check in with you a little later. So today is actually Wednesday, the 8th now. I did not get a chance to film again yesterday after my son woke up from his nap. So it is now Wednesday, about noon, and we are going to plan yesterday and then hopefully get through the rest of this week before he wakes back up. Okay, so let's get right into it. So yesterday morning was the first day that school started back after the winter break. And it was also my first day being a stay-at-home mom officially. For about the past month, I've just been picking him up in the parent pickup line. But since we knew, like, you know, I was going to have Aiden, my youngest son, at home with me. I wanted him to start trying to ride the bus, so I had to call the school yesterday to make sure what school bus he needed to get on, and make sure like I knew the bus number and what time the bus was going to arrive at our house. So I'm going to put that in, that I had to call. Call both the school. Actually, let's do it like this. Let's do call. And then I'll say school. Oh, my pen's not woke up today. This is the first time I've written with it today. And bus. Oh no. This fountain pen does take a minute to wake up, I've noticed. Because I keep it, obviously when I store it, I don't keep it pointed down or flat. I keep it pointed up so that no ink leaks out of it. But when I first start using it after it's been stored all night, I do have to basically, like, again, wake it up, basically let that ink start flowing back down there again. All right, so I did do that. And then I did have a couple of cleaning things I did yesterday. I cleaned the master bath because I did not get a chance to clean that last week. So we'll put in that task. But yeah, it was so exciting. Like I said, my son was he was ready to go back to school, and I'm really excited about that. Like, he wasn't nervous or anything, or at least didn't show that he was. He just seemed very happy to go to school. We had a good drop off. My husband said he was really good at drop off. Let me put in here that I cleaned the master bath. Trying to keep up with that goal of cleaning something every day. I also did vacuum the boys' rooms. I guess I could add that in there. Tidied those up and got those nice and clean now that they're back at school. Well, my oldest one at least. But we also did tidy up my youngest ones that morning. We also had a really fun time. I've been talking about wanting to do more homeschool stuff, and this week we were doing green and looking at circles. So we got a green marker, and I tried to draw a circle and then let him try to draw a circle, and that was so much fun. He did a great job. And so we got to do that for a few minutes. I will actually go ahead and mark in my habit tracker for yesterday. I did not read. I did read with Paxton. We did do homeschool, and I did do my gratitude. Y'all, this has been such a struggle doing the 5-year journal catch up. I gotta be better about it. That's why I added it to my habit tracker this week. Y'all are going to hold me accountable. All right, so then at lunchtime, we did lunch. I don't always mark in lunch because sometimes we kind of just do it as we go, but I'm going to add that in there. We just do lunch whenever we can, but see, we're skipping again. We have to give that just a couple minutes. Let me try to go back over with my Sarasa dry. I'm going to do some of my journaling later on. I can kind of get it flowing good. Okay, and then that was when I started filming. So we'll do this right here. Planning piece. Filming. And I did not get to film long. That looks terrible. Let me wipe that out. Again. Okay. Just give that just a second to dry. And get to film for just a bit. by the time I got him down for a nap and got set up for filming, and then check that off. It's kind of weird to check it off as I'm going, but that's okay. All right, and then at 3, I have to pick up my son from the bus stop. So I'm actually going to go ahead and mark that in every day except Friday. They are saying is going to be a snow day, and y'all, we are so excited. We don't get a lot of snow, and we are confident enough to pretty much say we are not going to school on Friday. So I am not going to mark that in because I do not believe we will be going to school. We will have snow on the ground. Okay, so I'm just going to put bus, pick up. And it was super fun yesterday getting to go down and pick him up. I filmed him getting off the bus, and it was so neat because the bus came down the road and it turned on its lights. And then when it stopped, I saw him get up out of his seat. Bus driver waved at us, but then when he walked down those steps and saw me and Aiden standing there, he was so excited. His face just lit up, like the best feeling ever as a mom, like just to know that your son enjoyed it and was just thought he was just, the big stuff kind of thing, that he got to ride the bus home. So it was great. He said he had a good ride. He said it was a little long, but he enjoyed it. All right. And then while the kids were playing, they got to have their little screen time after Paxton got home. So I did my yoga yesterday, the last day of the prana journey, except for today, which is a little meditation. So yesterday evening, we had slaw dogs and tater tots, and my son and I made slaw together. That was so much fun. My youngest, I let him stir up the mayo after I had shredded the cabbage, and he thought that was really fun. So we made slaw for dinner. And then we had dinner probably about the same time. Yesterday evening felt like a blur. It was one of those evenings, like by the time my husband got home and we got dinner made, it just seemed like it went really fast. Well, that was something else I was going to say. So I had on my monthly calendar, we can flip over there, that we were supposed to have the after-school library program, but my son, when he got off the bus, just said he was just not wanting to go. I think he had been out of the house so much after having been here at the house for the holidays and stuff like that. He just really said he wanted to come back to the house and just play his Switch and have a little screen time. So I said that was totally fine. His first day back at school. So we didn't end up getting to go to the library. And honestly, I was a little sad. So, but I think it worked out because by the time I picked him up, we would have went to the library here around the 4 o'clock hour, and then we would have had a late dinner. We were all kind of tired, I guess, just from getting up earlier. So honestly, it kind of ended up working out pretty well, but I actually did go to bed a little early. I did have some journaling time. I'm going to put this in here. Just a short amount of journaling time because most of the day I didn't have a lot of time with my son being here and just making sure I'm keeping him occupied and not leaving him on a screen the whole day. Just tried to make sure that I was being very present and attentive with him. I didn't get to do a lot of journaling, so I got to fill in my health journal, do my prompt from the Coffee Master's Code, did all that sort of thing from about 7 to 8, and then my oldest son, Paxton, asked if he could sleep with me. So I did. So I ended up having to go to bed early because his bedtime is at 8 o'clock. So I didn't do a whole lot more after that. I watched a couple YouTube videos, some planning videos, and that was about it. All right. So this morning, y'all, last night was rough. So my 2-year-old Aiden, he just was not having going to sleep last night. Well, I take that back. So he went to sleep, but he started waking up around midnight. And that kid was up from like midnight till 5 o'clock last night. So we were all exhausted. I didn't get out of the bed till almost 8 o'clock. My husband had to work, so he got up, took my son to school. So it was definitely a later start to the morning. So I'm going to put in, breakfast was at 8. Like I said, it was all I could do to get out of the bed. He was counting to 20 because that's something that he learned somewhat at school. So we're practicing that. And I think he just I don't know if he was going through one of those sleep regressions or where they're learning something really big. And so they don't sleep well. I've read online that they have those moments. And I honestly think that was maybe what was going on, because he was so focused on counting and just talking, and he just couldn't put his mind to rest. We did pack the book bag and the snacks and all that. My husband was great and got him taken care of and out the door this morning. I really can't even take credit for that at all. But yeah, we fought half the night. At one point I was like, okay, just get up and play for 30 minutes. Maybe you have some built up energy. And then he did that, and then he still wasn't ready to go to bed, and then he's talking some more, and just one of those kind of things like toddlers do sometimes. So we did that, and then, oh my goodness, y'all. So we went out to the library, and they had the story time for my son's age. Let's see, what color do we want to use? Kind of think I might, let's use this one right here. So we're going to do library, story time. Aiden had a great time at that. That was the first time he had ever gone. I had taken my oldest son, Paxton, when he was younger to story time. Gosh, I think it was one time where it was a holiday or something, but I'm trying to remember. Was it a holiday? Maybe I just took a day off. So we went to the library for story time, and Paxton really loved it. And this was Aiden's first time going. And they have this weekly story time for his age group, and it was so much fun. So with the snow coming in on Friday, it was kind of snow themed. So we learned about animals that like to hibernate during the winter. We got to make a little animal with socks and a hat and things like that. And then we also did a parachute activity where they got to pretend to, it was white balloons, but they pretended that they were snowballs. So they got to use the parachute and knock those around. He liked that a lot. That is right up his alley. We also, let me put in this while I'm thinking about it. Let's see if we can get this thing to work again. My husband had to call this morning to order more gas. Yeah, there we go. We're getting better. Still not perfect, but it is getting better. So he did do that. And then when I got back, we did lunch. But I definitely recommend, if you have young kids, check out your local library, see what they offer, because this is something that was totally free, and it was an hour's worth of fun and learning at the same time. We actually went, after the story time, we went around and looked for a couple books about snow and about winter. So we're going to read those because this will be the first time that Aiden has ever seen snow. So that'll be awesome. I'm really hoping we get a good few inches on the ground accumulation. That way they can go out and sled. We have a good hill that they can sled down. And so, yeah, like hopefully cross our fingers. We're praying for snow. All right, so again, I'm going to put that I'm filming a little later today. We'll put it right here. So are y'all expected to get any snow where y'all live this week? I know a good portion of the United States is getting snow here and there. Let me know. Are you a snow person? Are you one of those that's like no snow at all? Like we get snow all the time. I think that's what makes it so fun for us, is that we don't get it like all the time. Like there have been winters where we've really gotten no snows. So like the fact that we're getting a really good snow, at least the likelihood of a really good snow, is very, very promising. Because like I said, my son is over 2 now, and we've not seen snow since he's been born. So yeah, really excited. Okay, and then I'll have my bus pickup this afternoon, and then I will go ahead and mark in my yoga with Adrian, because I'll probably do the same thing once we get back. I will do that. Today is just a meditation. I think it's like 10 minutes or so, so it won't take me too long. So it won't actually be like a strength training exercise. Sorry if y'all could hear that. That was my refrigerator deciding to make some more ice. All right, and then tonight we have church. So I'm going to put in a bigger box for that. Apparently my refrigerator wasn't done, so I had to wait. And then we'll do like that size. Takes up a little bit more room than it probably needs to, but so we're doing church. Church night. Which church night knows my oldest son means that knows that means bath and bed after we get home. Like again, usually we do like a little bit of screen time for him, play like his Zelda game that we got, and that gives me time to journal. But these nights are bath and bed kind of nights for the kiddos. They know that there's not much going on after we get home. We will do dinner early tonight. We'll have hot dogs and tater tots again, or if the kids want, we'll do like dinosaur chicken nuggies in the air fryer, something like that. Really easy meal for them. And then when I get home, I do need to edit. I've already filmed my 2025 setup for my health planner. So I just need to edit that footage. I'm hoping it will be out before you guys actually see this video. So if all goes to plan, it will actually already be out on my channel. So if you want to go to my channel, Planning Peace, you can go look. It'll probably be the video just before this one. And I'm gonna use a dot. I know I used checkboxes, but I'm going to use a dot for that. That video will probably go up sometime this weekend. I don't know. Honestly, I'm hoping we don't lose power. That is the only thing about the snow coming in, that it could be likely for us to lose power, depending on what the weather does and how much stuff gets on trees and that sort of thing. So hopefully that will not happen. That's kind of the only about snow. Okay, so I want to put up there that we could have a snow day. And I looked in my sticker kit and I could not find anything that, I guess I could put this yay sticker down, but I did find, these are some old stickers and stuff. I think these are from Erin Condren. This is from a little calendar I bought for like a desk calendar. It came with some stickers in it. Got some different things in here, but my son got some little like goodie bag or something, and it came with these snowflake stickers, and he was like, I don't want them. So I took them. So I may mark up at the top that we are going to have a snow day on Friday. Let's because like I said, the threat is so big that I can't imagine they'll call off school. They may send some kind of like weather work home. Let's see. Let's use this yay sticker too. This was off the monthly kit from the Coffee Monsters Co. We used an one last week for a headache, and we're going to use this yay sticker for the snow. Yay! And it probably will be Saturday too. Okay. So I don't know that I really have anything much going on Thursday at all. It's basically just going to be a regular day. I'll do a yoga with Adrienne video, and I do want to do a walk. I can probably get that in before my husband leaves. So let me see if I'm going to go ahead and put it in. And if it doesn't happen, we'll reschedule it. I can mark it off anyway. I'm going to put it right here at 6:30. And I do not know. Let's see. What is my next walking series that I'm doing? I think it's Costa Rica. And it would be Costa Rica walk number 2. I think it was that's where I'm at in the series. So I'll do that in the morning. I also need to pack my son's book bag. But as far as that goes, that will really be all that I've got scheduled for tomorrow. So we'll just kind of see how that goes. Oh, no. I do have one more thing tomorrow. We do have a grocery order pickup at 11. My husband's going to do that. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's do, just because we don't know when we'll be able to get out, and we always usually do our pickup for groceries on Sunday afternoons. So just in case it's like Sunday evening late or even into Monday before we're really able to get out and go, or if we don't have power and we don't want to get more groceries, that sort of thing, we may be able to get out on the roads. But if I don't have a working refrigerator where I could store anything, I won't want to do our grocery order then. So I'm going to get a couple of things that are a little bit more shelf stable, just in case it is a little longer before we get to go back to the grocery store. So I'm going to do our grocery pickup. And the reason I'm writing it so small is because my husband is also going to do our Amazon return while he picks up the groceries on his way home at lunchtime. So we'll do that, and then I can go ahead. I know when we'll be doing lunch. I don't know that I'll do any more planner check-ins between now and the end of the week, but I might use this time again to edit, or I might use this time for yoga with Adrienne. I could probably actually do both. Let's go ahead and pencil that in too. I know I've been doing it kind of after the bus pickup, but let's do this. say yoga with Adrian, energy day 9. And these will start her non-prana yoga journey videos. So they're like videos that she's published in the past that she kind of collects and puts into a monthly calendar. So this will be like basically like a rerun of something else. So yeah, that will be that. And then obviously we'll do dinner. We're going to do garlic chicken and veggies. My mom may be coming up to spend the evening with us for the snow day on Friday. And like I said, I'm sure into Saturday because it's not supposed to get above freezing before Saturday. So I think we'll have the snow here. And again, it may impact even Sunday. We're supposed to have church. I may go ahead and pencil that in if we don't end up getting to go because of the snow. That will be a-okay. So I'm going to pencil that in. We always have that. And then as always, we'll have our grocery pickup. And again, the one for tomorrow is, I've already placed it. And it's just like those few things, like making sure we just have snacks that we don't have to open the fridge for. Getting a couple more bananas, things like that. I've already got enough stuff to make like PB&Js, just to make sure that we can get through until Sunday or Monday if we don't get to do that. So I always place this order on Saturday evening. So I'm going to put in here that I need to meal plan and order groceries. And I like doing this on Saturday night because it's late enough in the week that I usually know what's going on the next week. And I love writing these little like capital letter and script fonts. I mean, obviously I could just write it in my normal handwriting and it would look just as fine, but there's something about doing these kind of things that just makes it feel more special to me that, you know, I just like it. I like it. So for Saturday night, I think we're going to do spaghetti and meatballs with salad. Again, if we have power. If we don't, we may be eating the salad anyway. And then, you know, like I said, we'll just see. We'll do something. We do have a small generator that we can plug like certain things into. We can keep our refrigerator running for a short amount of time. But I don't want to have my fridge open a lot. So we'll just kind of see. Hopefully, if it does go off, it'll just be for a short time during the day. But then hopefully maybe by Saturday, they'll have us back up and running if there has to be anything. All right, let's flip over to my monthly spread just one more time just to make sure that I got everything. Yeah, I really don't see anything else that we have to do to go on. So like I said, I think this will be the last check-in for the week that I'll do, just simply because I don't know what the end of the week looks like. Again, I hope you guys have a fun, safe rest of your week. If you are getting snow and you have kids, I hope that you get to get out in it. If you are having snow and you don't have kids, you can certainly get out and have fun in it as well. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, thank you for the support. Make sure you like this video and hit subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.